Hi, John Han here, and the Pulsing Cinema movie of the day is Jeff Lieberman's Blue Sunshine. Jeff Lieberman, a really cool filmmaker, who made like horror films, but he was informed by art house movies, basically, and a higher-minded type of film. So he was doing these kind of grindhouse, kind of drive-in type movies like The Squirm, the Killer Worm film, and Blue Sunshine, which is like a drug scare film, and Just Before Dawn, which is like a backwoods slasher movie. But the films are so well made that they have this kind of resonance that make them still relevant. And they're so well made that you just can't help but enjoy them and want to rewatch them over and over and over. And Blue Sunshine is really at the top of that. A really great film. I did a long podcast on it, and I actually recorded a Q&A that the director Jeff Lieberman did when he showed Blue Sunshine in Austin, Texas at the Alamo Drafthouse a little while ago. It was a record release party for Blue Sunshine. They actually re-released the Blue Sunshine soundtrack on vinyl as a vinyl record, and he was there and he signed the vinyls, and the Blue Sunshine soundtrack had already been released on CD. The Synapse 2-disc set, the original DVD had a CD of the Blue Sunshine soundtrack, but now it's been released on vinyl. It sounds quite good. I love that soundtrack, with all the gongs and the little piano plinking. But yeah, Blue Sunshine, a film about, taking place at the end of the 70s, about, the flower power, the hippie generation, the transgressions of their youth coming back to bite them on the ass. The transgressions of the youth coming back to bite the hippies, who are now kind of transforming into the yuppies, biting them in the ass, basically, because they took this drug and when in college in the late 60s, and that drug, Blue Sunshine, it was a special type of acid that 10 years later is causing them to flip out and turn into bald, insane people who murdered everyone in sight. So the film begins with this guy played by Zalman King, the late Zalman King from Red Shoe Diaries. He was a soap opera actor. He was a television actor, but he was at this point. This was his one of his first big theatrical film roles. He plays this guy who was falsely accused of murder. It was one of these Blue Sunshine people going crazy, and so the whole film is the journey of this main character to uncover what is Blue Sunshine, what's going on here. Turns out the main drug pusher behind Blue Sunshine is now this right-wing political figure who's trying to gain office, and so it becomes a very uncomfortable thing that his past as a college drug dealer is coming out. But it has to come out, and it does at the very end of the film come out. The film is very it feels very realistic. It has a good feel. It was edited by I believe a European editor worked on it, and it Lieberman's influences, all the art house films and the stuff really shine through, and it's a very good looking film, a very well edited film, and overall very 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 well mounted film. Zalman King in the lead role is just great. He comes off as this manic combination love child of Sean Penn and Marjoe Gortner. That's how I always describe Zalman King. He's just manic and crazy and wild in this film, and I love watching every moment. I could just eat it up. It's just great. I love the late '70s surroundings of this film. It's like I want to live in the world of Blue Sunshine, just hanging on the mall, where Zalman King's meeting his girlfriend, and he's getting the paper. I just want to live in that world. Or that world where he has the chase, where he's in the Jeep and he's being chased. Yeah. I love that. I love that world. The movie itself is also very nostalgic because I rented it on VHS years ago from this video store, of course, long out of business, and it's just the original Vestron VHS and that original cover art. I mean, it's just I don't know. I could blabber on about that for years and years and years, but somehow for me, Vestron Video is really heavily associated with that Blue Sunshine VHS, And Blue Sunshine is a great movie to watch late at night when you get the opening credits of that boo 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 boo, and with the moon coming over in the credits. Oh man, great movie. Great movie. Recently, actually re-released on VHS by Mondo at the same time that they released the vinyl, and I bought that too. This isn't really special to that. It's an okay VHS release, but no matter how you see it, great film. Great kind of drug scare, wild horror film from the late '70s. And my God, if you're not a Jeff Lieberman man, it's great. Blue Sunshine is great. Squirm is great. Remote Control is great. Satan's Little Helper. Yeah, Satan's Little Helper is great too. It's great filmmaker, great movies. Blue Sunshine.